Where I am now, better than before. Through those open doors, where I am now, where I am now, I'm in a special place, a terrible embrace. Where I am now. It's now time for the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton. I'm Ed Epic, the co-host. The music that you hear in the background is none other than Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton, where I am now. And if you like to see us live on WGPL 1350 Studio or WNBA Studio, all you have to do is go to Edward Everett's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton Facebook page, and guess what? You can see us live right here in the studio. And if you want to hear us all over the globe, all you have to do is go to www.christianbroadcastingcompany.com or 1400 AM or 1350 AM, and you can hear us all over the globe. And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. It's a beautiful rainy day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listener.
Peace 95.3 and WPTE 1400 and WMVA 88.9 FM.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Good morning. Mark A. Howard is with us already. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout out later on in the show.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe. As a matter of fact, go to YouTube right now and go to Cristo Records 1, Cristo Records 1, and subscribe to our channel.
Just do that.
Just do that.
Just do it.
Mr. E.
Yes.
What day is it today?
Today is whole day.
It's hump day. It's the middle of the week. Mr. E, but it feels like Monday to me.
That's right, because Monday was a holiday, it was
Yes.
Juneteenth Day, and it's the day that folk was being released from slavery.
Oh, a lovely celebration.
Yeah.
So many celebrations all over the
All over the
globe.
Yeah.
And so we are so excited and thankful for
To
that.
be free.
But I tell you what,
To
it's
be free.
FYI.
To be
To
free.
be free.
At last.
He that is free.
He that the Son.
The Son set free is free indeed. We've been free.
Yeah.
But we're really free. With
That's
the
right.
Juneteenth. But anyway, we had a wonderful celebration. Mr. E on yesterday was voting here in Virginia. Wow, we had some winners, some losers, and we want to congratulate those
That's
that
right. That's
won,
right.
but we want to congratulate all that were in the race.
That's right. We are not gonna call no names.
Not
because
right now,
not
later
yet.
on we will. But anyway, Mr. E, we have a
My boy.
wonderful, wonderful friend
Yes.
on today. I love talking to our special guests.
Listen to just when you're introducing, hold that point right there. You get on my nerve.
Who?
You
Why?
you make me upset.
Tell me why.
I got a problem.
Okay, who says that?
I want to
You got
fight.
somebody up here with a conflict that's going. You got somebody up here, a special guest who's going to help us solve the problem.
Yeah.
These problems.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Is that good?
That's good.
Now can I invite our very special guest, Dr. Hezekiah Brown? Good morning. How are you? Okay, we're gonna pull you in. Listen is a little bit on the low side. And Dr. Brown, can you speak up just a little bit? But Dr. Brown is the author of Conflict Resolution and a Case for Reparation. And I hope he's there. Good morning, Dr. Brown.
Good morning. Can you hear me now?
We hear you real good. Thank you so much. Thank you for being on.
It is an honor to be on.
I tell you
This is a
what.
great day. This is my birthday.
Oh my
Happy
goodness, happy
birthday.
birthday.
Yes, and I couldn't be at a better place at a better time. It is the first day of summer and the longest day of the year.
Oh, I love it. Thank you for ushering in the summer on your birthday.
But it's raining.
It's raining, but I tell you what, it's still a beautiful day, and we're still happy to have you on. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we're going to talk about. Look, last time you were on, Dr. Brown, we talked about conflict resolution. I am so happy that we can talk about a case for reparations because we just finished Juneteenth, and it's time to talk about reparations now. And so, tell us a little bit about where you hail from, and then we're going to go into what reparations are.
Well, I hail from a little place called Pritchett, Alabama, and I left Pritchett, Alabama and migrated to Buffalo, New York, and from Buffalo, New York to New York City and to Long Island. And all along this process, I've worked as a peacemaker. This is my 50th year now. I'm celebrating 50 years.
Wow.
I served as the federal mediator. I served as the chairman of the New York State Mediation Board, the chairman of the town of Hempstead, Employment Relations Board, and I have my own business, and conflict resolution business. It's a family-owned and operated business. So that's about where we stand now.
Wow. I can imagine you've traveled so many places. I thought while looking and following you on social media, I saw that are you a military man?
Yes, I was, as a matter of fact, I was in the Army.
Hoorah!
58 with the Little Rock, Arkansas, to help guard the students during the Little Rock
Oh,
migration of Central High School way back in 1957.
amazing. So you have really done a lot of things. Thank you so much for what you do. You know, when we talk about conflict resolution, and I always think about I have your books, and it's something that is so needed, especially when we live in a world where there's always something going on. Somebody's in conflict with somebody else. Not enough people go seek out someone that can really, really help them to figure things out. How are you staying busy, especially after this going through this pandemic?
Yes, well, you know what, I stay busy because I'm trained now, and I teach this a lot, that every time there's any kind of a problem, I start to think about the solution because we always know what the problem is, but very few people think about solutions. And I think one of the reasons for that is the fact that we in the United States of America, if you turn on your television, turn on your radio, your newspapers, you very seldom hear about people talking about solutions. Everybody's experts on what the problem is. And that means that we haven't taught our children, we haven't taught our church members, we haven't taught the community. We need to think about how to resolve this thing. And believe it or not, when you think about it, you look at television and they have every problem universally you can think about, but they don't all get solutions.
Yes.
So every time I see some kind of a problem anywhere, I kind of think of what can we do to resolve that? Well, how can we teach that to others and how to resolve disputes? And that's where we fall short. That's why I'm so happy and so pleased that occasionally we can get on this station and then give people some skills in terms of how to resolve disputes, because that's the only way we're going to get to them. There's no other way than to talk through this radio station. I thank you for doing what you're doing.
You're welcome. Oh, we are definitely going to get information about that book. You all need to get it. And also your other book, which I would love to discuss, especially after yesterday's celebration, Juneteenth, I mean Monday. And just tell us what Juneteenth meant to you, Dr. Brown.
Well, Juneteenth meant so much to me, and I was a speaker in Elizabeth City for Juneteenth. And these are the things I've talked about. And the things I've talked about is that the African Americans have contributed more to the economic engine of this country than any other race.
Yes.
And just say, when Africa came here, we came here involuntarily. We didn't come here voluntarily. Every other race came voluntarily. Some came because of religious persecution. Some came to make a better life. Some came because it was fighting for where they were in other countries. But we came here under some very severe and distinct issues. We came here on ships. And we didn't, change each other in a ship. You couldn't have you came here, and when you came here, they inspected you. They had doctors to inspect you. And if you had any kind of disease or a vicious tooth, then they sent you back. They didn't want you. And they did that sometimes if we left Africa. But what they did, they really got the best of the best. And that's beginning to prove itself more and more. The best of the best. But once they inspected you and they found out that you were healthy, you were probably good to produce other children, and then that's when you came. But the sad part about it was only 2 million arrived safely. When you got sick on a ship, they didn't call the doctor. They threw you overboard. There was 2 million lost in the transition from Africa to the United States.
Yes.
And once you got here, contribute more to the economic engine than anyone else. We gave 250 years of free labor to this country. And we're entitled to something in return for. And this is the last thing I want to say about it. Especially and more specifically, the Africans who didn't hear about the Emancipation Proclamation until 2.5 years later. And they were 2.5 years after they were free. So somebody had to do something for the descendants of that family for those 2.5 years of free labor after you were freed here in this country.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about reparations. What was this thing called reparations?
Well, reparations really is the thing that people don't understand, and many folks in this country are opposed. And some of us saying that I didn't do anything, and a lot of times they're right. And I'll just give you this number before I go to it. Did you know that the sad part about this is that even when we talk about critical race theory, that people do not understand that only half of the story. There's another side. There were 255,000 abolitionists who were fighting for freedom for us. It was a predominantly white group of people, Quakers, and 255,000 who put their life on the line every day to free the slaves. There was a senator from Massachusetts, from Massachusetts, who was in the Senate for 23 years, and he fought every day to free the slaves. So I'm saying that we told the story under the critical race theory, and then told the story about the role that white people played in freeing the slaves, I think we kind of even it off, and this whole theory that if you talk about critical race theory, you're going to offend the white children, they're going to be offended by what you say. Tell the whole story, which is true. There was a lot of white people who died through the civil rights movement. There was a lot of white people who funded the civil rights movement. So I'm saying is that this is what we're talking about. The reparation is something that that we are entitled to because we earned it and we gave all of this free labor. Free labor involuntarily.
Yes.
And we can tell you some stories about what happened during the road race and slavery, but we don't have time for that.
Wow. How would reparations work in your mind? How would you see it play out?
Okay. Yes, what I would see in reparations, the number one thing, in my book, you will see reparations in the back. There's 10 recommendations. The first one is to make African American history part of the school curriculum.
Wow, yes.
Okay. And there's a reason for that. I'm just saying, if you make it part of the school curriculum, little black boys and white children can start to learn this together. And then I think that they will react to it better, and they will get the truth about this. We have this society. The second thing I think that we would do is that since slavery destroyed families, I mean,
Mm.
children, they were sold,
Yes.
the mother, father, the sister, they were sold into someone else for a fee. So my point is that what if we could find a way to help rebuild families, and how do you rebuild families? One of the most fantastic and best programs to help rebuild families would be to fund go after school programs. And here's the
Yes.
reason why. In after school program, children go from school to the after school program. And then they don't go home because the community to go home to their parents. They start playing games, outside, they
Yes.
play, they do everything just by television. But a structured after school program will help us rebuild our students because at the after school program, they mentor kids, they teach them how to read, and they have a focused and structured program. That's one way. But the other Head Start program to make sure every Head Start program in this country is funded. I don't care black or white, it doesn't make a difference. But we have to start to rebuild the family and teaching kids from then on. And I'm saying that if there's some business, some people who are interested in going in business, because I think that that's one place we fall far short. And the country and the politicians have to recognize the fact that we are the smartest people on this earth. Here's the reason why is that we had more inventions than
Wow.
any other race of people, and people were doing slavery, was doing invention. It was inventing things to make the job better. But then there were some people that whites took advantage of them because blacks were not able to get a patent.
Yeah.
And so, but the whites just took it and made all the money. But it's a whole, if you just, I would challenge anyone to Google black interventions, and you will see what we did, what we contributed to the country,
That's right.
including the free labor.
That's right.
Yes. Yeah, Miss E.
That's right. Dr. Brown, I want to say good morning to you again. And thank you so much for coming on FYI, your number one radio talk show in the whole wide world. Listen, when we begin to look at Congress and we begin to see that there are some things going on in the White House, in the Black House, in the courthouse, how would you have, because in your book it says that you traveled all over the world and settling matters all over the world. What would you do different in the big house?
Well, one of the things that I would do different in the big house, and this is different, because in order to resolve disputes, you got to have people who are willing to resolve disputes. In the big house right now, there is a line between what we call the Democrats and Republicans, and it's not about resolving disputes. It's about embarrassing each other. It's about politics. It's not about really serious. On the other side of that is that if you're going to, in peace and conflict resolution, the first thing that you have to do is in your own mind, help come up with a solution as to how we can address this problem, how we can solve it. But being willing to forgive, being willing to forgive if someone did something wrong to you, you did something to someone else, be willing to forgive. And even as part of that we don't see any in this country at this point in time, I don't think we will see any, but show compassion. Show
Absolutely.
that you feel what is going on. Show that you do, and you feel compassion by saying exchanging positions with other people that's involved in the situation. And then the other thing you want to do is that if you in your heart in a discussion feel that you did something wrong, be willing to do a serious apology, apologize to people. There are so many young people who feel that it's unmanlike to apologize. And I think if people knew they did something wrong and they apologized, we would probably save lives, save marriages, save communities, save people, save jobs if we're willing to apologize when we do something wrong. And then we have to understand that if we as a one-on-one, or we as a group of people are unable to resolve a dispute, be willing to bring in a third party, be willing to bring in a mediator. Bringing in a third party to help you is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength.
Yeah.
And sometimes bringing in a third party will help you really soften and help teach you how to resolve disputes.
Absolutely. I want to get back to reparations, and I want to know Why haven't we gotten reparations at this point? And how can Congress help us, push reparations for Black?
Well, let me just say one thing. I mean, the ball is out there. Congress have apologized, presidents apologized, religious institutions, everybody's apologized for slavery. But no one has been willing to do the right thing about what is the right. There are a number of things going on across the country now. You know, in California, they're talking about making cash contributions to slave. In Illinois, they're doing things in terms of slavery here and all that. And North Carolina is doing it. So a lot of things are being moved now, but they're not something that's being publicized in terms of what they're doing. But let me tell you the reason why it should be. You see that, you know, in our country, from 1890 until 1860, the exports in this country raised by 10%. It went from $200 million annually to $3.059 billion at that period of time. So a lot of people made a lot of money on our free labor. And yet, you know, there are people who are opposed to doing the right thing. As I said again, it should be a series of things that you do in reparation. It maybe not all be about money, but it should be about rebuilding families, helping African Americans start businesses. And the reason why it's to start business because 7% of the businesses in this country is owned by white people. Another 18% is owned by Hispanics. Another 6% by Asians. And lastly, we are around 2% in terms of entrepreneurship. You know, Wall Street benefited by slavery. All of the Ivy League schools benefited by slavery. Roadways, highways, all these things. The White House was built by slaves. So I'm saying all the things that we have made, all these contributions to this country, and they owe us something in return for it. All right, it wasn't that where we are now.
What about other races? Have they received reparations? And can they be an example of how we can now get something for our race?
Well, the Japanese did receive reparation because, you know, a lot of those were incurred when they went after during World War II, but they received it. And there have been other countries who have given reparation to the Jewish community. So it's not anything new that we're talking about, but it's just a matter of how do we get a persuade Congress, a persuade institution, for example. I'm saying if we could persuade institutions that benefited from slavery. Now, if you look at Georgetown University, they sold 272 slaves in order to the university would not defunct, that they would not close down. Now, what they're doing is they're reaching out to the descendants of that 272 and offering them something in return. You know, they don't offer them a full ride, but the descendants you can get in for at a lower rate if you don't pay as much money. Harvard University just set aside millions of dollars to include students coming to Harvard for free. So I'm saying the schools, a lot of them doing a lot of things. There are a lot of community colleges, a lot of colleges that's meeting now, business institutions that's meeting to see what they can do. So we need to come up with a 5-point prong or a 10-point prong as to where it should go. I don't know how long it would take us if we decided then that people should get a certain amount of money because the rule said if you got 1% of black blood, you're black.
Yes.
Everybody end up being black. It's a local something. So we have to find other ways we can put meshes together and come up with a plan as to how the money would be dispensed. That's what we need to do.
Absolutely. Dr. Brown, why did you write the book on reparations?
I wrote the book on reparations because I thought it was just some things that needed to really be said and try to do it in a way. When I wrote my book, I said you see the recommendations. I made 10 recommendations in terms of what I thought we could do. And see, because a lot of folks write books, I have not put anybody down, but they end up seeing the problem without solutions. And so if you just review some of the things that I said in those 10 points about what we should do in terms of slavery and in terms of reparation, but most of all, whatever it takes to rebuild families, rebuild communities, that's what we need to be doing in terms of reparation.
Will we ever be able to get rid of reparation?
Okay. To get it?
Get rid of reparation.
Will we
Yeah.
ever?
You ever be really get rid of it? Because the hardest thing to do is you get it up front now. But to get some recognition of reparation. If we were able to get the recognition that we were owed reparation, then I think that we were on the right track. That's first we have to do with Congress. And we don't have to necessarily do with Congress. There are a number of people now who are reaching out to communities. For example, Texo's wife, she gave away billions of dollars. As a matter of fact, she gave all of the HBCUs anywhere from $30 million. I mean, anywhere from maybe $3 million to $30 to $50 million. Some of the largest donations that were given. There was a company in London, a security company, who gave $10 million HBCUs. As you know, HBCUs were suffering more than anybody in the cause because they just didn't have the money. But there are a number of people who are making these. That was a person who recently happened to be a black person, but at Morgan State University, what he did is he paid off the student loan, all the students that
Yes.
we don't have to just wait on white people to do this. I mean, some of these athletes around who are making tons of money on a God-given talent. This being to do with black folks who are doing well, help us. White folks who are doing well, help us. Help anyone who benefited from this slavery. I mean, they should be willing to do something to help out.
Dr. Brown, I missed your webinar. I want to talk about how you can get the book and the webinar that you're having online for many.
Yeah, the webinar that I have online, I decided that it was about time to do something across the country. Now, we had people online from as far away as Texas, Alabama, of course, Virginia, New York, New Jersey. And what I'm saying is, it was great. We had about 20 people on. And the demand that they want now is what to do. How do you deal with anger? They want to know how do we manage anger. So the next webinar where I put it together is going to be on dealing with anger, because we all know that before anything happens to anyone, it's one person, people get angry. And once they get angry, they don't know what they're going to do. They don't know what to do. They don't know what they say. So we're going to deal with managing anger on the next webinar. And what I will do is try to let you know, so you can kind of put it on your public station, and so we can get as many people as can. So the more people learn to deal with anger, the better off we're going to be in the world.
And the books. How can we get the books?
You can get the books by just emailing me at HEZ38@AOL.com.
Say that again.
HEZ38@AOL.com.
Yes, we want to thank you, Dr. Brown, for being on. We will definitely get that information out to our listeners and our viewers. I tell you what, be blessed. Thank you for the work that you're doing. Happy birthday, and just enjoy this wonderful day.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm happy to be on.
So what are you going to do for your birthday, sir?
Listen, I've enjoyed 20 years of Social Security. I just enjoy it way on my chest.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Oh, wow. It's a pleasure. Make sure you all check out the books. Now, it's a case for reparation. That's one of the books Dr. Brown has written. And conflict resolution. You need that one. Because, we're going to have conflicts, Mr. E.
That's right.
But we definitely need ways of dealing with one another and dealing with conflict and solving problems without violence and a whole lot of things that are going on in our world. But you all come over here just for a few minutes. Be blessed and enjoy this wonderful day. We see you back here on Fun Friday.
Through those open doors where I am now. Where I am now.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show, the host by Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton. I'm Everett, the co-host. Don't forget to join us every Monday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. on our FYI After Dark. We got a little bit more time there where we can talk and talk and talk. And don't forget to join us on FYI Radio Show. Don't forget to join us on Facebook Live. And don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WGPL 1350 Peace 95.3. And have a wonderful wonderful morning.
Wow. Talking about great information. Yes, we want our reparations. Yes, we have paid our
That's
families,
right.
our
That's right.
forefathers, our, people that we've come from. We've paid a great price
That's
to
right.
build a country that we didn't ask to come to, Mr.
Well,
E.
you think we're getting our 40 acres in that mule yet?
We're gonna get something. Let me tell you something. One thing I can say, and Dr. Brown said it. They sent the best of the best here. They sent those that could survive in this country, and they built it. And look out and look at the results of that. We have fought for everything that we have. We will continue to fight, and we will get those reparations. We will fight, especially when we have, Congress, when we had people all over wanting us, all races wanting us to win, wanting us to have those reparations. It's in the works, being talked about, and Dr. Brown mentioned that. And so, it being out in the atmosphere, nothing else to do but to have a plan to give us what's rightfully ours.
And that's what it's all about, giving us what we have rightfully earned. We earned this. Like Dr. Brown said, when you look in Google, when you look at America, when you look at what's going on, and the chairs that you're sitting in, and the light fixtures around your house, African Americans, we invented all of that. We invented some of the greatest things in the whole wide world. That old lawn chair we invented, that old curling iron, that iron that you iron your clothes, was invented by us. The ironing board. We have really turned America around, but wait a minute. But there are some things that we did not receive. We did not receive the patent on it. So now we did not receive, the benefits for it. We made it, but somebody else took it away from us. So now we got to get it back. We got to get that 40 acres and that mule.
He mentioned also that we don't have to wait for, Caucasian race to say, here's your reparation. There are so many
Of
that
us, yeah.
have prospered. And I really feel as though, people should look around and see the needs of the community. And if you have really prospered, that you should make ways to help others, help the poor, help the needy, help people that are that have the potential of being educated and things like that. Make sure that our children get the education they need. Sometimes people say, well, I work for this, I'm a billionaire, I work for this, I don't need to give nobody anything. But there's so many things that you can do with your money to help
That's right.
others.
That's right.
And I noticed that there's, sometimes a lot of riotous living as a result of, people prospering. Some of that money can go to those that need. Some of that money can go to places that want to feed people, or
That's right.
educate children, or help develop homes, and give that money in the places where you are going to definitely proud, and that your vision will include others. It's not your vision in life will not just be self-serving.
Miss Hunting, and you're right, because the habitat of America, there's so many men, so many folks around the city that are homeless, that need a place, and you can invest in habitat, you can invest in your own finance your own building fund, and say, listen, here's what I would love to do. I would love to put you in a home, but you got to help me to build the house too, and get funds for it. All we got to do is continue to pour into everything that is needed. When we, then we'll be able to be successful. When I look at people around the world, when I look at people standing out on the corner, when I look at folks out there big and the things of that nature, when I look at that, I said to myself, I said, wow, wow, wow.
Absolutely. So we have a job to do. He talked about reparations going to after school programs, mentoring programs. My organization that I founded, we became a 501c3 2004, Crystal Community Development Corporation. We develop young leaders with young men and women achieving success. You can give to this organization. You can give where our children they get literature.
Yeah,
They go on trips to for to learn more about our culture. They are able to do activities that expose to so many things that can help them to build them as leaders and help them to become well-rounded. And so you have these programs, and a lot of times people want to just send the money out to the biggest, and you got people from the heart really giving, their lives for their programs and to really help children. So I think it's up to all of us to look around and see where the needs are in the community, to make sure you all are, not wasting
That's
your
right.
money
That's
and
right.
substances on rides to the and that you can give up. Some of y'all can give up some of that drugs and alcohol, and y'all making all that money and all this, down at the pole, throwing money out to the, and you can kick the child that needs,
That's
a
right.
family that needs, and it'll make you feel better.
Miss Cynthia, and you're right. You're right. We got so many things that we could do in order to help our community. Mr. Brown was right. We shouldn't have to wait on the Caucasian man to come by and pour into our community. We should be able to band together, come together, and we should be able to sponsor our own community. Great things come out of our community. Great minds come out of our community. Why take out of your community and then give it to somebody else's community? Go back and rebuild your community.
Or why tear down your community and make sure somebody else's community is built up?
That's right.
When you are a drug pusher and all this, you tearing down the community.
That's right. That's right.
You know so much about marketing drugs and all that stuff.
Take that.
Tearing down.
Yeah.
Take your marketing skills and build up the community. Build up. You have a vision to know how to spread your substances and all this stuff all over the world and make people sick and die. Make sure you turn that around in life and start giving to your community. That's one of the problems. We tearing it down. If you can't do nothing for the community, don't do nothing. Just leave folk alone.
That's
And
right.
We got too many people pimping, trafficking, selling drugs, molesting children, doing all kinds of stuff, tearing down the community.
That's right.
Tearing down the church. Got people tearing down the church. Anything that's positive. And here we go. Here we go. We can't even build our own selves up, shooting one another, stuff like that. It's just too much.
That's right. And you ought to take that entrepreneur skill, like Miss Hinton said, and then you ought to take it and look, stop. Folks can't even come in that community, can't even come off their front porches, too scared. And, then you walking around in the community and you're looking for trouble. You're looking to take some for somebody else. You're looking to, and somebody worked hard for what they have, and now they cannot enjoy it. And all you want to do is sit back and take and give to somebody else. Take that information that you got, that smartness that you have, and let's get some of these guns off the street. Have y'all realized yet that folk got to go to school and do metal detectors? They can't go to school and get a free education without going to school to be frisked like they're in some penitentiary. We ought to be able to go to school. Children ought to be able to go to school without being frisked, without, being patted down, without going through a metal detector because somebody done left them been careless. Take that Afro ingenuity that you do have and come up with a solution how we can get these guns off the street. We'll never be able to get them off the street unless you come up with your product that will help. Retinol, folks laying all in the street just as crazy as fentanyl, just as backwards as an 8-day clock. Why? Because you selling it and giving it to them.
One more thing.
Stop it.
No. Did y'all vote yesterday? See, there's another problem right there.
I voted.
Did you go out there and vote? Not enough. I looked at the numbers and see, I don't know if enough people, and it wasn't everybody that had to vote in Virginia. There was certain districts.
That's right.
We want to congratulate Senator Lucas.
That's right.
In her district. We want to congratulate the race between her and Lionel Sproul. It was just, ferocious and wonderful. And we want to congratulate him for being in the race. Miss Lucas definitely the headliner for the news yesterday and this morning I saw. And all those that were in the race, I think
Miss Angela Gray Williams.
And so many others.
Congratulations to
we
you.
want to just say congratulations.
Mr. Alex.
My point is this, Mr. E. Sometimes we're not involved enough in our
That's right.
community.
That's right.
Maybe you don't have $1 billion. Maybe you don't have $1 million. But you have a voice and you have a vote. And I really believe that those are some of the things that can help our community rise above this kind of success.
That's right. In the
It
sense
would
that
be a wonderful thing if people would go through midterms and elections like these, not only in our national election, which is coming up 2024,
that's right.
but in elections that talk about, those in our, in our environment, our local arena and things like that, issues concerning us in our local realm, right now where we live, issues and things like that. And so hopefully, we will get more and more involved. We will teach our children to get more and more involved. Your vote counts. People are telling you a lot. They say it don't count. Your vote counts. That
That's
means
right.
you
That's
you are
right.
concerned about your community. When you vote, you say, I'm concerned about what's happening. I'm concerned about the issues. I'm concerned about what's going on. And I'm concerned who is leading
That's
us.
right. That's right, Miss Cynthia. And you're 100% right. If you go down to the polls, for example, look at your insurance that you're paying. Look at all the money that you're investing in your insurance policies, from
Yes.
homeowners to health care, from auto insurance. Look at your insurance. I am really up. I am really looking at
Yes.
it real close. That you got to pay a percentage first before they can do any repairs or fix your car or
Yes.
do anything for you. And why pay so much money to get for insurance through the course of the years, and then if anything should go wrong, you got to pay a certain amount before they can even repair anything.
So
What is the
insurance
purpose?
is
Yeah,
so insurance is something that people should talk about. Is
that's right.
insurance a ripoff? Are we getting what we have invested in? When the floods come, when the rain comes, is the insurance company telling you bye bye, bye bye?
Mm,
You try to get it the best way you can. We've got to really be involved with education,
that's right.
T. We've got to be involved with who's putting drugs out in our streets, who's doing what the crime, the gun laws, and so voting and getting involved in what's going on with the elections and things like that is something that we need.
You you know, Vicente, what they're doing now, and we vote, they voted upon it, was to have these technologies, little cameras on every corner now. If
Hmm.
you look at it, it look like a street light, but it's a camera. They
Well,
can see all the activity that's going on in your community. Who's got what? Who's doing this? And did you not know folks was not aware that these are cameras in their community?
well,
That they done came by. Nobody was inquisitive. Nobody inquired about what is the purpose. Downtown can see everything that you're doing now, and
and
you
they
wonder,
should,
and
with
you
all the
wonder some.
crime and things that's going on, and they should, in my opinion.
That's right. And you talking about somebody snitched on you. Yeah, nobody snitched on you. They came out with a new way to get you.
But
They,
you would know these things, when as you get involved, it's like, okay, because a lot of things are told on and through the media and
yeah,
things like
yeah.
that.
And
And
you ain't paying
so
attention
not
to it.
paying attention, so busy TikToking and wiggling on daggone social
That's
media.
right. And the ring cameras are right there.
And I'm saying, hey, look, so involved, people, somebody got your attention with a spark of, object that's twinkling, but over here they're talking about big money. Over here they're making big decisions. You're so busy on TikTok wiggling and worming, and you're not paying attention to what's happening in your own backyard.
And these cameras are watching every house, every place. They can see everything that one is doing. And you could have prevented all of this. You said that they're violating my privacy act, but guess what? They are
Yes,
looking after the community. They want the seniors to be able to come back outside and enjoy their property. You know, folk can't enjoy their property. Schools, who planting stuff in the fields of the school so that a kid can find a gun out there, find some drugs out there. And not only that, these gummy bears, these gummy worms, and so who's that in the right mind, the sense, and that's going by buying these gummies and giving it to the children? And what person is that?
I don't know, but I tell you what, we're going to be talking more about this on Friday. Fun Friday. Don't forget to join us. What's in your closet? Issues concerning women. And don't forget on Mondays at 6 p.m. We'll be up there. We have a guest. I believe we have guests coming on that Monday. What
Yes,
about
ma'am.
this Friday?
We
Do we
got
have?
Friday. We just Friday. We don't have a guest, but on the 26th we got um, Dr. Butler will be with us on our after show. James Luther will be with us on our morning show, talk about sports talk.
Yes.
And then on Wednesday, we have Keon Wiggins. We're going to talk about finances on our Wednesday show. So all you got to do is keep it locked right here to the best talk show,
Yes.
radio show in the whole wide world.
Don't forget to follow us on social media. Go to Crystal Records One. Go to LinkedIn. All those places. Find us. Google us. We're there. Don't forget the book. The link is right underneath your nose. Yolanda Hinton. We're getting closer and closer to the game that's coming out.
Yeah.
Academy. .com will be up and popping. As a matter of fact, the book is now. The game will be up there soon. The book is up there. Other things are going to be added as we continue to build that website. The Royal Lakes Pie will have its launch in the fall. Don't forget, you can be a special guest sponsor intern with FI Radio Show.
You know, Miss Hinton, we already in 6 months of this year.
I'm glad.
And pretty soon we only have about a week left before we going into the July.
Well, I'm
So,
glad.
and
Yeah.
half of the month, half of the year is already and come and
Well,
gone.
the main thing is
Yeah.
that you take advantage of every second and minute that God gives you. You know, how slow or fast it's going. It's up to how fast and slow it's going, but you can make the best out of your life and just be thankful for the time that God gives us.
Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 on FYI Morning Show, and then on Mondays from 6 to 7 on FYI After Dark. You don't want to miss what's going on here because we bring you nothing but the very best. Don't forget to buy the ladies' book. Bullying is right underneath your nose. The Royal Ladies Pies. And if you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor, pick up the telephone and give us a call at 757-714-7861 or inbox us at Edward Everett Facebook page, Miss Yolanda Lady Hinton Facebook page, FYI Facebook page, or email us at FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com.
God bless you all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. See you back here on Fun Friday.
2 up, 2 down, the end.